Hi, welcome back to NaTruly. If you've watched part 1 of the series Keeping It Real, stay tuned for part 2 as I share my personal struggle and challenge with fibroids. Continue to watch. Close to 2 years prior to finding out that I had fibroids, I began my defining journey. I began my journey to a healthier lifestyle. I began to work out. I began to grow spiritually. I started on this journey for a better me. While I was on this journey, I shedded close to 30 pounds. I felt great physically, spiritually, mentally. It felt really good. I had control over taking charge of being a better version of myself. Close to a year into my journey, I began to experience challenges. I began to have a very heavy cycle. I didn't know what was causing it. And when I went to the doctor prescribed me with medications to help. She started out on one. That really didn't help. So she started out with another one. That didn't help. And then I was on a third medication trying to help with the symptoms of the fibroids. And that third medication didn't help. And finally the doctor decided that, okay, this is not working. Let's go ahead and do a procedure. So I went into the hospital, I got a procedure done, and it was discovered that I had fibroids. So upon finding that out, I pretty much continued on my journey dealing with the symptoms of the fibroids. I, pretty much just tried to work around the symptoms, on days that, I couldn't work out, I wouldn't work out, and just working around that whole challenge. So as time went on, the challenges really began to bother me, and I'm sorry, every time I talk about this I get kind of emotional because dealing with this situation, I felt like I didn't have control over it, and it was a lot that I wanted to do, I felt like doing, but I really couldn't do. It was a lot of things I, just took myself out of because I didn't feel comfortable. The symptoms of the fibroids that I experienced was a very heavy cycle, pain sometimes, migraines, and sometimes I really just couldn't leave the house. I also experienced very long cycles, so extended cycles where I didn't really get a break. So going through all of that, I ended up needing to take FMLA. I had to take time off work because the symptoms were so heavy that it was difficult for me to function like I normally would. Through the whole challenge of dealing with the symptomatic fibroids, that's what I call it, because everybody doesn't experience symptoms. For a while I thought that I wouldn't make this video. I couldn't make this video because it's very difficult for me to talk about. And then I thought, okay, I'll make the video after, I've overcome this experience. But I honestly wanted to make sure that my page was keeping it real. And this is something that I'm struggling with right now. And I'm hoping that me sharing my challenges could help somebody else who's going through it, who went through it, who could help me. I'm still in the midst of it. I'm still working through some things. I'm still trying to figure out some things along with the specialist. So I do have other things lined up that I'm going to get. So I just wanted to share this video in hopes that it would help somebody, and something that I can look back on and say, this is where I was and this is where I am now. This is how I overcame the situation. This situation really has been challenging for me. It has been challenging for me because the work that I put into making myself physically healthy, I lost majority of that. I picked up maybe 70-80% of my weight back prior to losing the weight, prior to these issues. The challenge became so strong spiritually, it was difficult for me to function. There were times I couldn't get up to go to church, where I literally almost just gave up and just was like, this thing is taking over my life and there's nothing I can do about it. And with some serious discussion and prayer with my husband, going to the latest women conference with my church, it really helped me see things differently. It helped me to not allow this thing to be at the forefront of my life so that it takes over and I can't do anything. After those discussions with my husband and prayer, because he has prayed with me and for me, and going to church and just having prayer there, it really helped move me out of this feeling of selflessness, of just giving up, just feeling sorry for myself, feeling like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do anything. And honestly, I made up in my mind that I will not allow this thing to sit in the forefront of my life. I will not allow it to take over. There are things that I can do and there are things that I will do. I've made a decision to move past this so that it does not hold me. I will continue to move forward from this. I hope that this video helps someone. I decided to share this personal struggle of dealing with fibroids in hopes that it will help somebody else, and to actually take off the mask, pretending that all is well and everything is going well with me when I'm struggling with this issue. I'm struggling with the symptoms that it carried. I struggled spiritually because of what I was dealing with. So I wanted to share this experience in hopes that it will help somebody to move through what they're going. Thank you for watching the Keeping It Real series. Continue to watch the Keeping It Real series. Remember to not only to keep it real with the people around you and who you surround yourself with, but most importantly, keep it real with yourself. Thanks for watching, and remember to be you naturally. Thanks for watching.